This is probably the most nervous I've been about going for a run. If this doesn't work out today, then I'm not really sure what else I can do.
So let me get you up to speed. About a month ago, end of December, I did my last sort of proper long run, and just during it I noticed some sort of ankle stiffness and it just didn't feel great. Anyway, like every good runner, I ignored it, sought advice from Dr. Google and carried on training anyway. And over the next couple of days after that run, it just got stiffer and stiffer to the point where I had very little mobility in my ankle at all. So I reduced my running volume massively, ran mainly on the treadmill, and just started a really intensive sort of rehabilitation program based on kind of information that I could find. I diagnosed myself, as we all often do, with posterior tibial tendonitis, and it sort of manifests itself as a pain on the inner ankle and then kind of underneath the arch of the foot. It felt a bit like plantar fasciitis, and that's what I thought it was originally. So I've been working really hard over the past sort of 3.5, 4 weeks, probably about 45 minutes to an hour a day of stretches and exercise, massage, ice, elevation. It's been pretty intense. And now last weekend I did the first race of 2025, the Romsey 5 miler. And I know this is going to sound really dramatic, but the night before that race I sort of had a bit of a word with myself. I just said, look, you know, go and do it, run it as hard as your body will allow you, and if the next day or after the race the pain is too much, then that's it. You know, you can call it quits on the run streak and think about what you do next. But at least you go out on your terms and you go out with a bit of a fight. And so that was it. So kind of turned up for that race just with a really sort of weird feeling of like, I love what I'm doing, I love running every day, I love making videos about it, but this could be the last sort of daily run video. Anyway, sounds really dramatic, but did the run, raced quite well, and then came back, continued with the stretching and the rehabilitation that I've been doing, and it's been, touch wood, okay. Now I'm just coming up to a mile into this run, and it feels all right. I'm not 100% pain-free yet. It doesn't take much, you know, a slight camber or turn and I can just feel a little twinge. But if I'm ranking pain on a scale of 1 to 10, you know, I'm at about a 2 or a 3 right now. Now I am going to do a video just fully documenting everything I've been doing to overcome this, because I have learned an awful lot about the injury and about myself, really. over the past couple of weeks. So hopefully I'll pull that together in the next week or two. But it's been a fight, a really big fight, mentally and physically. It has meant I've got to readjust my expectations, certainly for the first half of this year and the races that I've got planned. Farnborough Half in a couple of weeks, Southampton Marathon in early April, but just sort of taking it a week at a time at the moment, and we'll see what the fitness is like. But what I have been doing an awful lot of is cross training, strength training, turbo training on the bike, and I think that's really helped. You know, last week I averaged about 420 per kilometre over the 8-kilometre race. If I'm being really honest, I think I would have been happy with that even at full fitness. I might have been able to shave a minute, maybe a minute and a half, but not a huge amount. So, you know, considering I've been running about a mile a day for 3 weeks and topping that cardio up with the bike, you know, that's taught me a lot too. But actually, a cell's a cell. It's all going in the aerobic bank. So if I can have a safe weekly run volume and top that up on the bike, I'm gonna keep doing that. Some of the forums that I was reading, it's very doom and gloom. You know, people would get this. Of course, you don't know the severity of everyone else's injury, you can only judge yourself. But you know, they would then stop running completely, you know, for 3, 6, 9 months, and then as soon as they start back up again, the problem's still there. And I think that's kind of my philosophy on running and injuries and sort of life, really. You use it or lose it. Motion is your ocean. And I'm not saying you should train when it's going to hurt you, but I'd much rather work through an injury, because I know what my personality is like. I know that if I just stop, I will just stop, because I haven't got the call to action. You know, the fact that I want to protect my running streak as much as I do, and I want to train for races as much as I do, that's the leverage I need to take massive action and find an hour every single day to do the rehabilitation that I need to do to make it happen. So it's just mindset, really. It is just mindset. I can't tell you how good it feels to just be able to run and not have to worry. To just be able to run and not have to worry. It's so good. This is when it all comes back around, and just that gratitude for what you actually have. You don't appreciate it when everything is going beautifully, all the runs are clicking together, the body feels great. But yeah, massive gratitude for being able to run pain-free. All right. Right, finishing up now. Probably be about 7k for this one, and it's not been perfect. You know, it's certainly not pain-free. There have been a few sort of step off the curbs that have been a bit twingy, but it feels all right. So now the real challenge is sort of the slow increase of volume whilst keeping the intensity down, and obviously maintaining the rehabilitation. But there we go. That is a little story of how the running streak almost ended, but we continue to fight on.